Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for the fourth talking points between the Wigan Athletic versus Manchester United Emirates FA Cup game. As you know, as you can see on the screen, Manchester United travelled to the DW Stadium on Monday, the 8th of January 2024, and beat Wigan Athletic by 2 goals to nil. And it's all thanks to the two Portuguese men who are Diogo Dalot and Bruno Fernandes. Dalot from the first half outside of the box, good shot. Bruno Fernandes from the penalty spot. Was it a penalty? We don't know. Who cares? It's in now. Take the penalty off as if you want, but still get the job done. But again, let us know your thoughts on the game. I mean, if you're new, we'll let you, obviously, four talking points. We'll go through the four talking points. What we thought in the game. Again, if you thought I missed anything, or maybe you throw across your four talking points as well for the game against Wigan Athletic, because there's actually good few talking points, but I thought I'd try and pick out the five that the popular five. But yeah, we got the job done, but we made like work of it. But again, there's the scoreline, there's the stats. We'll go through the stats. Wigan Athletic had 9 shots, Manchester United 33 shots. Wigan only had 2 shots on target, Manchester United 14 shots on target. Possession, Wigan Athletic 33%, and Manchester United 67%. The XG, Wigan 0.93, Manchester United 4. Aerial duels, Wigan 58.3%, Manchester United 41.7, sorry. Wigan made 304 passes to Manchester United 603, and the pass accuracy, Wigan 80%, Manchester United 90%. So, if you look at them stats without looking at the score, some would probably say that must have been a 4-5-6-0 win, but it wasn't. And, yeah, not great. But look, it was a comfortable game. It was a reasonably comfortable game. It's Wigan Athletic. We're 17th in League One, struggling. But we did make hard work of that game. There's no beating around the bush, Jim. I just thought we had hard work of that game, big time. But yeah, I mean, look, we got the job done and we progressed to the next round of the Emirates FA Cup. But let's jump in to the 5 talking points. Number 1, job done. Pretty much what we are speaking about. Manchester United get the job done against Wigan. Again, like I said, we made hard work of it. I mean, it's kind of what Manchester United have done in nearly all our games this season, is make hard work of it. And, that game should have been home and host. Some would say, some maybe go a bit far and say before half time. I mean, look, I'm sure Wigan, even though they're knocked out of the FA Cup, that the manager and the players will probably look back, and maybe the fans will say, you know what, 2-0, Manchester United played literally our strongest team. Travelling to DW Stadium against little old Wigan, 17th in League One, struggling. Not having a bit of a tough time this season. They'll find confidence out of that game. I mean, yeah, Manchester United got the job done, but we were in control. That's what I want to see. That's what I've said in previous, previews and reviews and talking points, is the talking points of the control. And again, we had control. It was a comfortable night. Wigan didn't really punish us. They had the best chance of the game, probably came in the first 3 or 4 minutes. But after that, Manchester United were in control. It wasn't great, but that game should have been done a whole lot before half time. But again, we did get the job done. Talking point number 2, youngsters shine. Now, again, the youngsters that have shown that the youngsters we're speaking about. We're not speaking about Rasmus Højlund. Wouldn't really call him a youngster. He's young. We're not speaking about Hannibal, Pastry, Forson, Campoale. Who else am I missing? Yeah. We're talking about Kobe Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho. I mean, what? Manu, Manu yesterday especially was brilliant. In control, so confident on the ball. Literally was everywhere, getting stuck in. I don't think he put a foot wrong. And when we had to win the ball back, he won it back. And I was really, really impressed with Manu yesterday. I've been impressed with Manu since he came back from injury, to be honest. And when Ten Hag doesn't pick him, I question it big time. But I think, I know it's only Wigan, I know, but you're looking at a young Kobe Manu here. He played well against Wigan. He played well against Liverpool. He played well against Everton. Played well against Forest, but we took him off, which was weird. But, he played well. In the games he's played before injury and coming back from injury, he's done well. He's done well. And I can't wait for like Casemiro to come back, especially into that midfield, because I'd love to see a pivot of Casemiro and Manu. I would love to see that. I think it'd work out very well. Two defensive midfielders who like to get stuck in, aggressive, passionate. I want a bit of that, and they can pick out a long pass as well. That's exactly what I want in that midfield. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see McTominay. I don't want to see Eriksen, Casemiro, and Kobe Manu. Exquisite. Garnacho. I mean, listen, that man. Supposedly he didn't even play right wing. His first time playing right wing, I think, was against oh my god, who was it against? Aston Villa, I think it was, in the Premier League when he came back from 2-0 down to beat Villa 3-2. That's impressive. Garnacho yesterday was good. Again, I know it's only Wigan. I know, but come on, have you seen the way they've been playing this season? Any bit of positivity we see from the players, we're gonna snatch it up and speak about it. It has to be said. Again, I feel like I've kind of praised Manu and Garnacho in previous shows so far this season on the channel, but you have to. You have to. You don't need to. You have to, because they've been very, very good. And I hope, Garnacho, one thing I like about Garnacho on the right wing is he whips the ball in the box. He gets stuck in. He's passionate. He's aggressive. He'll at least give 95, 90. The lowest he'll give is probably 90%. 85 if even. But honestly, Garnacho, man, these youngsters of Garnacho Mania are just but Garnacho on the right wing gets stuck in, whips the ball into the box. He's not greedy. He tries to give, his striker and his left winger and whoever else is in the box service. He tracks back. He just gets stuck in, and he's a threat. He is a threat. And when you think, he's not going to put the ball into the box, or he's not going to win that duel or whatever, he does. And again, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, next Cristiano Ronaldo. I hope he is. But Garnacho and Manu yesterday, I mean, look, definitely up there for man of the match. And Dallo as well was good yesterday, but he's not really a youngster, is he? He's no Manu or Garnacho age. With them two players, were definitely up there for man of the match. Again, I'll give me player of the match at the end of the show, but I'm sure you have a good idea on who it's about. But Garnacho, Manu, again, Garnacho tracks back, gets forward lock, gets stuck in. He's not greedy, and he passes the ball, and he definitely tries to get service into that box, no doubt about it. And he has pace. I just love Garnacho, and Manu as well. Gets stuck in, tracks back, gets forward when needs be. So relaxed and comfortable on the ball. He looks like he's been playing for Manchester United for 20 years or something like that. He's just so relaxed and comfortable, and I love it from Garnacho and Kobe Manu. But let us know you thought of Garnacho Manu yesterday as well. Were they good? Would you say they were poor? If anyone's going to say Manu and Garnacho are poor, I don't know what to say about you anymore. But yeah, talking point number 3, Højlund, me man, our Danish giant, who hasn't woken up yet. We thought he was going to wake up since that goal he got against. But Højlund yesterday, man. Again, I should have maybe put Højlund finishing dreadful or poor. And people are probably going to say, Dean, you're a bit too harsh on Highland there. Well, I'm sorry, but Highland had about 3 or 4, maybe 5 good chances yesterday to put on the back of the net. And it was a good time for Highland to score a goal or two to build more confidence into them. But if you can't score against Wigan, are you going to score again? And I do like Rasmus Highland. I think he can be a good striker. I hope he will be. But I just thought yesterday, he's getting, he's trying to get into a good position, and he has. But sometimes in the box, he doesn't know where to run, doesn't know what to do. I think he could do with a bit more training with someone, a bit more work done. I don't know, get someone good in who can help him. Not, don't tell, let's bring back Wayne Rooney or Van Persie or Zlatan Ibrahimovic or Cantona. I don't want that. That could help, but someone else. I mean, come on, man. We need to have Highland. The chances Highland has got this season, he finishes them. There's no way. I don't sit here because I think he just had a poor game, but he's been having these kind of games and runs the past few games since he came in. But look, I tried to give him time, but the finishing was not great yesterday. He had chances, and they just weren't finished. And I'm sorry. I know Rashford can't. Listen, Rashford doesn't do any better striker. Neither does Martial. I think the best striker we've had, well, in the last couple. I mean, I remember Cavani. Not saying he was the best striker, but he was solid, and he was in his 30s. And I'm sure he was criticised when we brought him in, but we brought him in. He was handy. Could Manchester United do it, bringing in a striker of that age? I hope not, but could they? I mean, who knows? Even a loan deal, 6 months. I don't know. I don't want to see any of this, Weghorst or, obviously Werner's gone to Tottenham. But I feel like he could do with a kick up the backside from someone and more training, or bring in a striker, whether it's permanently or on loan, who's a bit older than him, who can help him, because I think he could deal with it big time. I really, really do think Rasmus Highland could do with it big time. Because if he knew how to finish, and he could, I'm sure he knows how to finish, but it's just not working for him. It's just not happening for him at the moment. I'm trying to say. And again, fingers crossed. He just clicks and goes. But we're in the January transfer window now. If I was Ten Hag, I'll be looking at bringing in someone decent, even on loan, who can give Highland a kick up the backside. Because at the moment, Highland could go again with another game. He's only scored 1 goal in the Premier League this season, Manchester United. I think he scored 6 for us in total, 5 in the Champions League and 1 in the Premier League. Could be wrong. Maybe he scored more for us, but I don't think he scored for us in the Carabao Cup when we were in it. It may sound good, but for a striker that we paid the money for, again, maybe it's not his fault, with how much we paid for him, but you just hope that, he can improve, because, like I said, the chances were there against Wigan, and he just weren't finished. Talking point number 5. Again, let us know you thought Rasmus Highland yesterday. Talking point number 5 brings you back to chances. Creating but poor finishing. Again, we'll move aside from Rasmus Highland for this time. McTominay had a few chances yesterday, which were created well from him. Rashford, Bruno, Garnacho had a few as well. Still had a good game though. Still was doing a lot more trying to assist than trying to create. But we're creating and we're not fit. And the finishing's poor. I mean, Dallo scored the only goal yesterday that was not from if we don't get that penalty, it's 1-0 dreadful slender lead. Again, I predicted us to beat Wigan 2. It's actually the fourth prediction I got right this season. Can't believe it. I'm taking it. So no, I kind of was glad that we beat them 2-0 just for that reason. But I don't know, man. It it definitely goes to show, and it brings like every game. It's just like it comes out in big blue writing, big red writing that finishing is a big problem. Like I said in previous previews, watch alongs, talking points, other new shows, whatever it has to be, and go back and check if you don't believe me. We need to create. Now we created, but we weren't finished. That's not ideal. It's not ideal because if you're against a top team and you get them chances, they have to be finished because they could go begging. Wigan could have, just got a random lucky deflected whatever goal yesterday, and could have had one or two, and we get knocked out of the FA Cup. People are predicting, some, not a lot, but some are predicting Manchester United. We're predicting Wigan to win. Not a lot, but some. I watched a predictions video, and someone predicted both people. There was 2 or 3 people predicted Wigan to beat Man United 2-1. That was only those who else predicted. But the finishing, it's just not great. We're great, but we're not finishing. And I hope it's something we work on. Again, it was a lot better, but we're just not finishing. That's all I'm trying to say. If we could finish, it'd be great, but we're not. And hopefully, Ten Hag can get back at that game and talk to the strikers and whatever, and everyone and say, right, we're creating a lot, but you have to get into this position at this moment and whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's something to work on. We created a lot, but you aren't finished. I mean, listen, we hit the bar every now. We hit the bar 2 or 3 times. We had numerous chances, but they just weren't finished, and they should. Any other day, any other team finished them. That's all I'm trying to say. That is talking point number 4. Now we'll move into talking point number 5. FA Cup 4th round. Again, it's not really a talking point, but it is because it was before the game. As you know, Manchester United, the FA Cup 4th round draw was done yesterday before the Man United Wigan game. Manchester United found out, well, it was at the time it was Wigan, but now Wigan are knocked out. So Manchester United will either play Newport or Eastleigh in the 4th round away. I think it's the 27th or the 20th of January or 20. I don't know. Well, obviously, it'll be confirmed. We will find out who we're really going to play. I think it's next Tuesday. So we'll find out who we're going to play then. We should, listen, regardless of who it is, where it is, when it is, we should win. Some would say, we're already in the 5th round of the FA Cup. But hopefully we can go out, and hopefully it's a game we can capitalise in a lot more on maybe hammer whoever Newport or Eastleigh. But look, that's been the Manchester United versus Wigan Athletic 5 talking points. Hope you all enjoyed it. Let us know your 5 talking points. Again, my player of the match is Kobe Mainoo. It is Kobe Mainoo. Let us know your man of the match. Let us know your thoughts on the game. Let us know your thoughts on the video. My 5 talking points. Let us know your 5 talking points. Let us know your thoughts on the game. And please follow all our socials. Links in the description. If the link's not working, just type up The United Way on Twitter. It's The United Way on Instagram. And I think it's The United Way on TikTok, which we have to get back on fairly soon. Or also on Threads as well. Link in description. That does work. But again, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, hit that big red subscribe button. I think we're only 7 or 6 subscribers away from 800, so we want to get to 1,000. And thanks everybody for watching, and we'll speak to you all on the next one. Bye bye for now. Have a good one.